Cheers. And the moderator is Roland Strindberg, Director of Institute of Economy of the Russian Academy of Sciences.
We didn't go into a deal for that, so the first round of our discussion will be completed by Vice President of Academician Nekipelov. I don't think he needs to be introduced, and the Academy of Science today is under fire, and this is exactly in the framework of our discussion, which we started, and the speakers also made some comments on that, and I believe it would be correct to say, if we give him a floor, maybe he will step out with some objections opposing the previous speakers, and the floor is yours. You got 8 minutes for your presentation. Thank you very much. Esteemed friends, we very well understand that the situation which emerged in the world is absolutely exclusive, and it is characterized that no one of us knows exactly what's going to happen next. And today, in the course of our discussion, this idea was already exposed. There happened a very interesting event, that the development of financial sphere, which was directed to maximum effectiveness in the use of resources, and the main focus was made on this use of resources could be made in a very comfortable conditions for the investors, giving in their hands lots of financial tools, making it possible to mitigate risks and profitability, led to a completely opposite results, a deep crisis of the whole financial system. It was revealed that the tools and the instruments which were used to make this development safe and comfortable, the tools directed to mitigate non-systemic risks led to a most deepest crisis situation. And under these conditions, there appeared serious pretensions to the economic science. And I believe there is no direct tie between this crisis and the crisis of science and economics. I think this science has been in crisis for a fairly long period of time. It means that the loss of integrated paradigm, and in such a crisis, I don't see any danger. It testifies to the fact that at a certain stage, the development and actually it exceeds the previous paradigm, and there appears a chaotic structure, and some kind of a search of new paradigm is taking place. And sooner or later it will bring us to some kind of a new level of development, but these are most general assumptions. However, as a person, if I'm sitting here and looking at the whole from the right, I would take a position which is, let's say, more right in the political spectrum, and it looks like it's very important that understanding and acknowledging the existing crisis and understanding the depth of this crisis, we shouldn't throw away what has been done during hundreds of years in the run of the development of the economic science. We have to look at this at a different angle, and my colleagues already mentioned that we don't have to look for some ideal model which is going to resolve all our issues, and I fully agree with Grzegorz. We have to move forward with a very big share of pragmatism. It means that we have to get rid on, let's say, on some kind of using different types of dogmas. It's very hard to get rid of them, and you have to understand, if we lay down at the foundation of economic knowledge the assumptions about, let's say, economic human being, but at the other hand that this is the human being is basically interested only in economic things, and he has no other components of well-being. But this model of economic human being is very important to explain things happening in life, but this is not suffice to explain everything happening in the life of a human being, to take specific and practical solutions. But if we turn to the Russian economy, we also have such viewpoints carrying dogmatic character, although we do have certain shifts in the understanding of how this economy is developing. And I think our plans on privatization is part of that neoliberalistic approaches, and privatization, I think, it could allegedly create effective climate and economy, and enhances the competitiveness in the economy. It is unclear what kind of commercial efficiency we can observe here in this sphere, and here it is said that we are going to sell assets as per the market value. From the commercial viewpoint, it is a necessary prerequisite, but this is not enough. The assets are sold not just because we want to sell it by commercial value, but this is profitable to those who are selling this asset. Another thing, it is still unclear, and where we are going to spend this money, which we will make as a result of privatization. It's not just to fill in gaps in our budget, and Oksana Genrichevna mentioned the structure of that budget, and there might be some huge and lasting projects which are not well funded from the budget, and so here privatization funds could be very useful, and there might be also some mechanisms which I call let's say revolver type investments, when the state creates some kind of infrastructures, and we just by putting it at an effectively functioning level and selling it to the private sector, gets this money made and uses the money for further development, but not just to carry on this privatization. For the mere fact of privatization, we are facing a risk here to kill the hen which produces golden eggs, and this is really looks very strange. In the end, I'd like to say the alternative to the market economy doesn't exist, and the market economy should be definitely humanized, and this is the priority which is very valuable for the society, and I definitely agree with Grzegorz that we have to be very pragmatic. Thank you.